Hello, 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 and welcome to the History of the World in 10 minutes. Buckle up, folks, because we're about to go on a wild ride through the ages, from the very beginning of human civilization all the way up to the present day. Now, you might be wondering why on earth you should care about the history of the world. Well, my friends, the answer is simple. Understanding where we've come from helps us understand where we're going. By taking a look back at our past, we can better make sense of the present and even glimpse into the future. So what can you expect from this video? Well, we'll be covering everything from the first human settlements to the rise and fall of empires, from the birth of religion to the invention of the internet. We'll be talking about some of the most important figures in history, from Julius Caesar to Mahatma Gandhi, and exploring how their actions have shaped the world we live in today. But don't worry, folks, we're not just going to be throwing facts and figures at you for the next 10 minutes. No, we're going to be doing this in style. I'm your charismatic guide through this journey, and I'm going to be keeping you engaged with my wit and charm. I'm knowledgeable about this stuff, sure, but I'm also enthusiastic about it. I'm passionate about history, and I hope to convey that to you as we go along. So, before we get started, I want to make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future videos. Trust me, folks, you're not going to want to miss what we've got in store for you. Alright, enough chit-chat, let's get this show on the road. Hey there, welcome to part 2 of our journey through early human civilization. In this segment, we'll be diving deeper into the origins of human civilization. From the development of agriculture to the rise of early civilizations, it's fascinating to think about how humans went from being hunter-gatherers to settling down and building communities. And it all started with the discovery of agriculture. It's hard to imagine a world without farms. But before agriculture, humans relied solely on hunting and gathering for their food. Can you imagine how difficult that must have been? But once humans figured out how to grow their own food, everything changed. Settlements began to form, and people started to specialize in different trades. This led to the rise of early civilizations, such as those in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and China. Speaking of China, let's take a moment to highlight one of the key figures from this time period. Emperor Qin Huang. This guy was a force to be reckoned with. He was responsible for unifying China and building the Great Wall, but he also had some pretty bizarre obsessions. For example, he was obsessed with immortality, and spent a lot of time searching for a magic potion that would make him live forever. Spoiler alert. He didn't find it. Another impressive feat from this time period was the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Can you believe that this massive structure was built over 4,500 years ago? It's truly mind-boggling to think about how advanced these early civilizations were. But the impact of early civilization extends beyond just impressive structures and powerful rulers. These early civilizations also played a significant role in shaping the world we live in today. For example, they were responsible for the spread of religion and the development of trade networks. So there you have it, a brief glimpse into the origins of human civilization. I hope you found this segment informative and entertaining. Stay tuned for more as we continue our journey through history. Alright, folks, let's dive into the fascinating world of the Middle Ages and Renaissance. Now I know what you're thinking, oh no, not another history lesson. But trust me, this is going to be an adventure that you won't want to miss. First up, let's talk about the Middle Ages. This period of history saw some of the most significant events and figures that have shaped the world we live in today. We're talking about the Crusades, the Black Death, and the rise of feudalism, just to name a few. It was a time of great turmoil and upheaval, but also one of great innovation and progress. Moving on to the Renaissance, we enter a period of enlightenment and creativity. This was a time when art, literature, and science flourished, thanks in part to the invention of the printing press and the brilliant minds of people like Leonardo da Vinci. It was a time of great transformation, and the impact of the Renaissance can still be felt in our world today. But it's not just about the events and figures themselves. It's also about the impact they had on the development of modern society. For example, the Middle Ages saw the emergence of feudalism, which laid the groundwork for the modern democratic system. And the Renaissance brought about a scientific revolution that forever changed the way we view the world around us. So, as you can see, the Middle Ages and Renaissance were more than just a couple of periods of history. They were times of great change and progress that have left an indelible mark on the world we live in today. And I, for one, can't wait to learn more. Now let's dive into the Age of Exploration and Industrial Revolution, two of the most significant periods in human history. The Age of Exploration was a time when European countries were eager to expand their territories and increase their wealth. The voyages of Christopher Columbus and other explorers changed the world forever, leading to the colonization of the Americas and the establishment of new trade routes. As we move forward in time, we come to the Industrial Revolution, a period of immense change and innovation. Steam power and factory labor were just two of the many developments that transformed society and paved the way for modern capitalism. But what were the lasting effects of these two periods? Well, for one, the age of exploration led to the spread of global trade and the exchange of ideas, goods, and cultures. Meanwhile, the Industrial Revolution saw the rise of new technologies and industries, creating jobs and boosting economic growth. These transformations continue to shape our world today. So, as we reflect on these pivotal moments in history, it's clear that they have had a profound impact on the world we live in. And who knows, maybe one day our own era will be seen as just as significant. Now that we've covered the events leading up to the World Wars, let's dive right into the thick of it. The World Wars were a time of immense conflict and struggle, but also one of great innovation and progress. From the rise of totalitarianism to the development of nuclear weapons, the World Wars had a profound impact on the world as we know it today. As we look back on the major events and figures of the World Wars, it's important to remember the sacrifices made by those who fought for freedom and democracy. From the trenches of Europe to the Pacific Islands, brave soldiers fought for the ideals that we hold dear today. But the World Wars weren't just about military conflict. They were also about the struggle for civil rights and social justice. The post-war era saw the rise of the civil rights movement and the fight for equality for all people, regardless of race, gender, or ethnicity. And let's not forget about the impact of modern technology on the world. The rise of the internet has transformed the way we live, work, and communicate. It has brought people closer together, but also created new challenges and threats to our privacy and security. As we look to the future, it's clear that the world wars in modern day have had a profound impact on the world. From the emergence of globalization to the threat of climate change, we face new challenges and opportunities every day. But with courage, determination, and a commitment to our shared values, we can create a better world for ourselves and future generations. So let's continue our journey through history and explore the incredible events and figures that have shaped our world. Stay tuned for more exciting insights and stories. And that, my friends, is the story of how these historical events and figures played a significant role in shaping the world we live in today. From the rise and fall of empires to the struggles of great leaders, we have seen how history has a way of repeating itself. But it's not just about looking back in time. It's about understanding how these events have impacted our present and how they will continue to shape our future. By studying history, we can make informed decisions and create a better world for ourselves and future generations. I encourage you to dive deeper into this topic by reading books, watching documentaries, and exploring other videos. There's always more to learn and discover. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more engaging and informative content. Until next time, keep on learning.